What I enjoy most about land surveying is the property. I enjoy retracing the footsteps of other surveyors, finding the monuments that they may have set, years in past. My name is John Moore. I am the regional group leader of pre-construction surveys out of Greenville. I started out right out of college in the civil engineering field. Through my time there, I met a land surveyor, started working for him part-time on the weekends, and with my love of the outdoors, I fell in love with that type of work, and so I went back to school, got a geodetic degree, and pursued my career in land surveying. So I'm a regional group leader. I have 2 supervisors. They each have 3 crew members, and we typically run 2 crews, so we're working on 2 different projects at the same time. Yeah, we're usually the first people on site collecting the information. Usually takes us anywhere from between 6 to 8 weeks, depending on the size of the project to complete. So we use total stations. Yeah, that's what people normally see us looking through on the side of the roads. It's not a camera, it doesn't take pictures, it just collects coordinate data, distances, and elevation. Total station shoots what they call an EDM, electronic distance meter, and it measures to that prism and reflects back and gives a distance. So based off your rod height and your instrument height, it will also collect the elevation at that point. We do boundary work. We do planimetric, which is collecting what you see like curb and gutter, sidewalks, buildings, utilities like power poles, fire hydrants, and that such. And then we also collect topographic, which is elevations. We map the whole area that's required of the engineers. They do a little bit of study beforehand, figure out what areas they need. They send us a map, and we use that to determine which areas need to be surveyed. Maybe they want to put in a turning lane. Maybe they want to add a sidewalk in a school zone. Maybe they want to install a roundabout. And we've been doing a lot of bridge replacement surveys. So they have us go out there and survey the current conditions of the bridge, and then the engineers can design a new bridge. We take the data and create a graphical representation, basically in AutoCAD, and then provide that to the engineers for their design. I've been employed at SCDOT for almost 11 years.
And enjoyed your time?
Oh yes, I have a great time here. Yeah, we got a good group of folks there in Greenville. We all get along well, everybody enjoys their job, and they take it very seriously.